Alright, welcome back everybody to Calizari System Survival, episode 3. Now, just trying to remember where we got up to. I think today we're just going to scout out some new mine sites and potentially set up some basic mines. We might have enough components here to actually set up one of my larger drilling platforms. Well, there's a couple of different sizes that I use. This one I think, well, we'll start with one of the smaller ones actually. Let's see what we've got here. Steel. Yeah, there's a bit of steel there. What have we got in our ingots? We're running a little bit short on iron, so we probably have to see about getting some more iron soon. But let's see what we've got. We've got a basic nickel mine over there, silicon mine over there, and cobalt over there. We actually need iron, don't we? And at this point in time, with our other two pirate bases still here, we're a little bit limited. So let's see what we can find. Oh, and we start on our meteor storms already. Lovely. At least our Gatlings seem to be doing their job, which is good news. Well, actually we do have a window over that way. Let's see if we can find an iron mine over towards our old pirate base. Okay, yes, we need to disengage that and that. There we go. And yet again. Let's just head in this direction. Yep, that's our drone salvage. Alright, now for those who are interested, you may have seen on the channel banner, I'm going to start a new basic series, which I'll stream not long after this one. Basically I've just had some requests for some friends and some other people about the basics of Star Citizen, how to get started. They find the tutorials rather confusing. And I agree with them. I found the tutorials rather confusing myself. I've just dogged enough to actually get in and start playing and figure a lot of stuff out. So I'll just go through some of the beginner basics of Star Citizen and Space Engineers. I'll get my game right in a second. And hopefully I'll be able to help some people out with that as well. Now for those people in the chat, I notice there's one guy, guy or girl, Tolga, okay? Yes, hello. I can't actually respond on whilst I'm streaming, but I do have you up on another screen there, so welcome to the channel. I hope you find that I'm not too boring, and I hope you find it interesting watching what I'm doing anyway. Yeah, we just need to make sure to avoid those other pirate bases for now. We don't really want to deal with them at this point in time. Now, this little craft, my gunslinger here, besides coming fully equipped with 6 Gatling guns, it does also come with a full array of like ore detector and so on. So we can, lovely iron, so we can use it to do basic scouting and find some resources, which we have just found what we're looking for. Now we need to find our nearest point. Good. Look. I think for now we're actually just going to have to do some manual mining. We can't really set up a mining rig on the slope here, at least not easily. That's about our closest point at this point in time. Come on, where's our lovely red iron? Oh, come here. There it is. Excellent. Alright, that's enough to get our steels ready going, I think. Yeah, beautiful. This certainly beats salvaging and scrapping. A little bit quicker too, in the end. Come out here. Now I've also been looking at some new scripts to run in my games. At the moment I'm making use of everybody's favourite, I think, MM Master's automatic LCDs 2. It's for general LCD displays, inventory display, all that sort of stuff. I find it really quite useful. However, I've also been making use of refinery manager script and inventory sorting scripts, and all separately. I have been playing around with TIMS. I'm sure anybody who's played Space Engineers for any length of time will come across TIMS. It's probably one of the most comprehensive inventory management control systems out there. I'm still not, I'm only new to it myself, but I figured that maybe we'll convert this scenario, this game, over to using TIMS instead. That way we can better control our resources, our refineries, our assemblers, all that sort of stuff. At the moment I'm just using cooperative mode on my assemblers, which is all well and nice, but with the recent updates breaking the way assemblers have been, setting for assemblers for cooperative mode, how about we take that control and put it into the hands of a script instead. So we'll get to that probably maybe sometime during the stream, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how I go. come back here, skating around like you're on ice. We'll just grab 2 lots, I think. There we go, full again. Now, let's just remember where the heck we are. Move from position. Okay. Yeah, let's just go with that for now. Hey, hey, look at that. Okay. Yep, some of those asteroids have hit the ground, but not too many. Come on down. Slow down. This particular base is a design of mine as well. I actually designed it specifically for this scenario. Sort of inspired by the easy starts, you know, what those bases have got involved or installed and what they come basics with. So I sort of set up a very similar sort of thing, nice basic base. Okay. Yep, that will do us nicely. Refineries. Here they are. Oh, that was quick. Oh, we might as well just check. Now, I don't think I've got any spare programming blocks in here, but we can make use of one of the old ones. It's not a drama. $13K. Okay, well, let's give us some iron then. Some steel. Let's see if it'll give us a couple of thousand. More than I've got anyway. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Which one are you? I think you are inventory. Program inventory. No, let's check. Yep. Oh, excellent. Control panel timer. Let's rename you to Tim's. And you will also become Tim's. And I keep forgetting this guy's first name, but brilliant scripts. There it is, Taledons. Tim. We'll just call it Tim. Check everything. Hey, beautiful. Okay, looks like that's basic ready, so let's go. And since there is nothing at the moment that requires handling by Tim, let's just set something up. And I think we'll start with our refineries. And Tim, you can handle it as far as ore is concerned. Tim? Okay. Start. Stop. Okay, that worked fine that time. Now, I am not thinking very straightly. I need to turn you on, don't I? There we go. Off you go. Okay, why did I type there's auto? I don't want auto there. I want ore. Although auto probably would have been fine. Tolga, okay, I'm not sure what you're referring to when you say secret garage. There's no secret garage in this base. Basically what you see is what there is. Okay. Now what we will also really? Okay, what we will do is we'll actually also set up another LCD panel here, just so we can see some stats from Tim. Okay, let's give me some. Standard LCD panel to replay. Okay, well that's nice and quick. Ah, crumbs. Be nice once Keen decide to fix this. It should be bringing up the one that you have selected first. LCD. Yeah, we'll just call it that still. Tim, let's just see what is going on first, make sure we've got everything fine. There will be quite a lot of stuff. Yes, look at that, we don't have any place to put a lot of things. Components go, yes, oh, that's of course. Let's start with setting these up correctly. Okay, oxygen containers, guns and tools, ammo and tools. Well, ammos can go with components, I think. Oh, yeah. Where shall I put oxy container and gas containers? Oh, I know where we'll put them. Where we were putting them before. Here. Bottles. Tim. Gas containers and oxygen containers. Oh yes, that's right, I forgot we can't do that, can we? Can't put ammo in Tim's without going through all of my Gatlings and assigning certain amounts into there, and I don't really want to do that. I want the standard conveyor system to handle that for me. Missiles, all storage, if I remember correctly, is there we go. Yet again, another meteor storm. Just in time. Yeah, they can stay like that, I don't care. Much better. Now, we will keep track of debug. I think we'll keep track of inventories of ingots. No, INGOT. Yes, I know. LCDs too's got it up there as well, but we can have it here as well. what we've got. 3.5. Oh, give me some more. Yes. See how that goes. I think that's going to deplete it all, but we'll get some more shortly. Alright, assemblers. I doubt this switching will actually work. Last I checked, it does not. No. We'll just wait for that to finish. There we go. We can turn it off this way. Like such. It's out of line, is it? Oh well. Yes, you can automatically look after it, Tim. Those meteor storms are getting rather insistent. Where are we looking at? I'm not going to salvage that scrap at this point in time. I think I'm going to set up a grinding pit when I have a few extra resources. It's a lot quicker. Same with that one up there. We better just dump them in there and just reclaim the resources that way. Excellent. Now, much like last episode, I'm going to try and keep all these episodes to only about an hour long. Anything more than that I find is a bit tedious and tiresome to watch if it's just the same old, which it can get that way. Alrighty. course, much like the first episode, if something untoward comes up that I feel particularly bugged about, wanting to get fixed before I stop streaming, then I'll probably go over. But since I do plan on running another stream about half an hour after this one finishes, I sort of don't have much time to overshoot. Now, that series is going to be just very short, probably only almost half an hour per episode. It'll just cover some very basic knowledge of space engineers and the various objects, blocks, settings, how to use them, advantages of using same sort of stuff that was covered in the tutorials, but hopefully with a bit of explanation from somebody who's used it quite a bit. I've logged about over 1,500 hours playing this game, so I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I have spent a lot of time in Space Engineers universe. In fact, there's still a lot of things that I don't know and a lot of things I'm still learning, and I'm pleased to learn them. Makes my game a lot more fun. Right, Tim is actually a very good indication of that. I have been using other scripts right up until about 24 hours ago. I think it's the first time I changed one of my other survival games over to making use of Tim, and fell in love with the power behind what I can do with it pretty much straight away, although I had seen it several times in other games and videos that I've watched, people making use of it. Initially I looked at it and I thought, that's just way too complicated. It's sort of what a lot of extra complication for what I need. But the complication is really not as bad as I look initially. It's basic same commands and set up for the different components and different containers, objects, blocks, controls. And they're very much dependent upon the type of block that they're attached to. Refineries and assemblers and arc furnaces, for example, the set of controls that you add into their name for those are pertinent to that particular control, like controlling ores and the amounts and so on. It all comes down to the same no matter what, whether it's cargo containers, whether it's refineries. Basically setting up quotas and limits and let Tim take care of all the rest from there. When we finally get to building a dedicated world ship, which we shall do if we want to expand our base, it is a lot quicker than doing it by hand. Tim comes in really handy. That way every time you dock your ship, it will automatically restock your welding ship with a nice selection of components that you need for the majority of the items you weld up. And it's a lot quicker than having to sit there in the inventory screen and moving things back and forwards by hand. And yes, believe me, I have done that several times. Even with the other scripts I was using. The inventory sorter script was just good for general overhead control. All components go to this container, all ingots go to that container, all goes to another container. You couldn't say, I want components in these 3 containers, for example. Or split up a certain amount in percentages, or prioritising where they go. And Tim lets you do all of that, which is a huge advantage. Okay, let's just go with that. Could probably get more, but that will do for now. Somewhere. a few scrap racks around them. Hope to see about setting up our grind pit sometime soon. Get rid of, clean that up. There we go. Ooh, stuck fast, nice and quick. That's good. And I should have head here. Yeah, I probably should decide where I'm going to put this grind pit to. It needs to connect into the basic building's conveyor system, which is actually not obvious. It's because most of it's underground. Which will be very difficult for me to set up in this case. But if we just jump over here, I think this is our best bet over this side here. We can actually snag into the conveyor system through here. I think about there should be good enough. Yeah, there we go. So if we snag into our conveyor system there, and we will put a door through here. Okay, let's keep the theme. I only need the one. Yeah, how big am I going to make this? Probably a 3x3. Should actually do them in heavy armor, shouldn't I? Take a bit of pounding probably. Okay, and my secondary stream display is deciding to have a little bit of a hissy fit and not load properly, so I can't actually see my own stream at the moment and see what's going on. We want heavy armor. Need metal grid, so it's going to take a bit to set up, but I think it will be worth it in the long run. The way we can really dump stuff into it without fear of it just collapsing. However, all the support stuffs we will use basic light armor. Oh no. There we go. Better watch my hydrogen. And the stream is back. down yet one more for our base. Yeah, that needs to be heavy armoured as well. Yes, can get away with that. Now, one of those only dangerous life forms on these planets, with the number of meteor storms that Keen throws at each planet, would have extincted any evolved species long before this. Now, if I'm not mistaken, grinders. That will work. I believe there's also a connector on the bottom. Yes, there is. So we can get away with a single row of 3 halfway through, and then run these in rows off it. Yes, that's what we'll end up doing. Which means we need to take this down yet one more. For our base. That's row 1. We will actually put them there. There we go, we'll do it like that. And then that way, our connector will come along underneath there. Down there, don't worry about it. Yeah, go down there somewhere. I think that should work. Yes. Look at that. Figured we'd have to be running out soon. Oh, okay, I can put some in. Get rid of you, and give me some of you. Not that, that. Wow, how'd we end up with so many interior plates? No, Tim, you can't build those things. At least not yet. I suppose that explains why I've got so many interior plates then. No, that actually doesn't need to be a heavy block. That can just be a light block. Now we need the heavy blocks. I'm going to have a lot of fun building some of this up. Let's see. Actually, I probably should start welding some of it anyway. I wonder if it was able to make any metal grids for me. Yes, there is some. Probably not enough, but it'll be a start. Okay. Now I have heavy armor blocks here, don't I? Yeah. Okay, look at that. Metal grids. It's funny, Tim seems to think I need to keep that many on hand. Oh well. It's better than none on hand. That's the default settings, of course. We will modify that as our need arises later on. We go through them quick. Thank you. Oh, I was just there getting good materials too. Let's try that this time. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try something a little bit different with this particular grind pit than what I've actually done in previous pits before, and different to the ones I've seen in the vanilla game, actually, in the easy starts. Because grinders have a habit of throwing materials all over the place as they're grinding up, and with such a shallow top on them like this, you find that very quickly they start scattering part ground items all over the base, and in fact I've been clonked with one or two in the past myself, resulting in a character death, in fact, which is not exactly fun from a grind pit. So I'm going to actually add some higher walls at this stage than what we've got. I'll still keep the basic entryway here, but I'll probably put some glass maybe so we can view it from here if we need to, or even a ramp from here up to the top of whatever the higher wall is. And I'm actually thinking of doing a bit of an overhang, something along the lines of that. Do something like this, something like that. Not on the corner piece like that, of course, this is just an example, but around the rest of it. Gives me a smaller opening on the top, but it gives a barrier to so if things come up this way, it should collect that and potentially go back in, as opposed to flinging out all over the countryside over here. There's nothing worse than having tiny little bits of small grid blocks like we see over here, mangled and strewn over a huge area around here. One, it's just annoying, as you can see there's some over there. One, is just annoying, but two, the game tends to eventually just chuck down a little bit, and there's a lot of little items spread around. I know it's supposed to auto clean up. I believe the auto cleanup doesn't actually function as intended, and you should go into the admin tools and actually change some settings, which I'm not going to do this game. I'm just going to play it vanilla, and I've never found the auto cleanup worked very good. It actually left or even individual blocks, just leaves them lying around, doesn't clean them up at all. That's not a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a good thing if there's too many of them either. But that's our basic small pit actually defined. Yeah, they have so as you can see, it's a 3x3 pit, 9 grinders, chute at the top to drag it in, probably put an overhang or an extra block up to about there, and then an overhang up above it, which will give us only a 3x3 area to be able to drop into, not a 5x5. But it should act as a catch to stop the grinders flinging things back out over the edges. It should catch them and hopefully bounce them back into the grinder, and it'll churn around a bit more, and hopefully it'll eventually get fully ground up. Although actually looking at this, I might redesign it and run our conveyor connectors this way through here. That way I can cut through in here, through that block there, rather than having to bring it right down to ground level. Might actually do that. Let me just quickly chop that out while I'm here to remind myself the next stream. That's what we decided to do. Put you there and you there. And yes, that's, I think, much better. Now it'll just come straight across underneath the bridge walkway, straight down through an angle bend there, straight into our... And I did it again, didn't I? Just get rid of those, fix them up. There we go. We'll just come into our row of 3 conveyor connectors here, which will have our central row of grinders on top, oriented this way, so that the grinders either side will actually come in through the centre one down into the conveyor sorters. But for now, we'll leave that for the next stream. We'll continue this then. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Happy engineering.